Safe area entered. Incoming backup request.
Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing The Division 2. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and salutations. Today, Hardwired Raid. Let's get to it. So I am going to... I have not used the Hardwired set at all, and I am going to give it a try and see what this is all about. Before I do so, I am going to save my current build, as it's one of my favorite ones. Now, I do currently have Hardwired for each armor space. Or each piece, I guess. There's a couple that are a little bit lower that I would like to improve upon, and a couple that are higher that may not have the best rolls. But we're going to run air and space and see how well it works out. Atlantic blue, because why not? All right, so we got offensive, damage rifle, pistol. All right. Headshot, optimal range. Yep. Another offense. Okay. Oh, another offense, which I don't have. And another offense. Okay. All right, so 556, 1601, uber low on the skill power. I was really hoping to get something more along the lines of 2,000, 2,800, somewhere in that ballpark. Let's see. Seeker mine, cluster. And that's all this is. Damage, cooldown, health. This is decent enough. Health, damage, health. Alright. Let's see how we go. Alright, now state of the game today, they talked, well, I would say a lot about nothing.
Your boys headed down south anytime soon?
Oh, for crying out loud. I wanted to change some stuff around. There was a lot of blah, blah, blah. There's lots of server issues that they're trying to get a hold of. And the raid's coming out tomorrow. There's going to be maintenance tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time, and then it'll go for approximately 3 hours. I'm sure they're going to try to shoot for exactly 3 hours, but of course it could go long. So we'll have to basically wait and see what happens. I gotta change my specialization. Change my weapons. So yeah, the big news, of course, is the raid's coming tomorrow. The downside is that even though they've said that they were going to have matchmaking for everything, they're actually not going to have matchmaking, which is a big boo on you. Even worse, to add insult to injury, the first group of players that make it to the end and win, so the first clear of that raid is going to be, you know, quote unquote immortalized in the base of operations, everyone's base of operations. And I don't know, it kind of seems like they're cherry picking who they want to actually have in there. I mean, yes, you can go and you can look for a group yourself, but I mean, doing that is going to be essentially the same as matchmaking. Yes, that looks good. Or at least that's what I think. Critical range, critical damage, accuracy. Maybe accuracy. We'll start with crit damage, and then we can change it later. You really notice when you're looking for something specific how much they've actually taken away. I've looking at the different mods, there's not a lot in terms of crit chance. So if you want crit chance, it's really hard to do so by weapon mods. You'll have to do it from talents on armor.
Your boys headed down south.
Anyway, I was really looking forward to the raid, and I'm a little put off by the fact that they're not having any type of matchmaking for the raid. I would really have preferred that they had matchmaking, and then, you know, if you have a pre-made team, then great. If you want to matchmake, then that should be an option. And I think they'll add that later on. But, of course, by that time, you'll have no way of getting the world's first. So Ubisoft does have a forum for people that are looking for a group. So if you're looking for 7 other people, oh, holy smacks. That RPG seemed to come out of nowhere. I know it didn't. I saw it, but by the time I saw it coming up, it was too late. Alright, let's switch to the... you know what? When you're used to a certain play style, it does make a difference. I don't know. I was under the impression that all activities were going to be available for matchmaking, and it's probably because they actually said that. They actually said everything was going to have matchmaking. Yeah, not this time, buddy. Oh, are they all RPGs? Ow.
See what's wrong. Next time, don't get shot.
Tick.
I can't go on like this.
So normally on this level there's a couple snipers that'll try to take you out. But this time around there's RPGs instead. That's always exciting. That's one. Two more, plus whatever guys are left.
You are getting away.
This one, ooh.
This armor is.
Well, you know you want to stick your head up. Alright, one RPGer left, and he's standing out in the middle of everything. Oh, now he goes down. After I take this guy out, I'm going to have to see how much health and armor I actually have with this gear set. I'm guessing it's not very much. Ah. You know you want to stick your head up. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's take a look. 215,000 armor? That's decent, actually. It's a lot more than I thought it was going to be.
True Sun's munitions detected.
I mean, only 70,000... whatchamacallit? Health. But when you're running more of a skill build, you kind of assume that you're going to have less damage or less health. I don't know, I kind of feel like the gear sets are not the best choice to have. Oh, really?
We need to figure out what they're doing here. See if you can find
All
any
right.
info on their operation. Seems like these guys
I'll
are
have to check
salvaging
out the
everything they can from this place.
cooldown reduction
Crafty bastards. I'll give them that.
on this. I'm sure I have some, but I'm pretty sure it's not maxed out.
Tag anything useful, announce it in a recovery team later.
And blow the shit out of anything too dangerous.
Yeah, okay. Special ammo, explosive rounds, nothing wrong with that.
Did you hear that?
Oh.
All right. Deploying turret. Just lie down and die. Somebody help me. Can't take much more fire. Moving around the side. I got you
Oh.
covered. Deploying. Gotta reload. Get away from me. Let's move.
See if I can short range snipe him. Nice. It actually did work. Alright.
Setting up my turret. In here.
Medical assistance
Ow.
needed.
I hate this city. Have yourself up.
Oh, really?
Got to make my
Completely missed him? Oh. Seat's in the way. There we go. Miss K, what's going on? How have you been?
Sounds reinforcements incoming.
Keep moving. We need to clear the asshole.
Fuck yeah!
Still got 10 more seconds. There we go, there's one.
Right there. Secret copy in the
Doing just fine. A little bummed out about the developer's decision to leave out matchmaking from the raid.
Keep moving. You still got 2 halls to clear.
Wow, I'm actually out of bullets. All right, people that want to play with a group that they know, that's fine. But
Hostile radio
if they
intercepted.
don't want to, or if they don't have that option, then
So cut through the
you're
planetarium.
basically forcing them to go through a third party in order to secure a group. I don't know if you have that sort of problem with anything that you play.
I see the target. Hey, no, bastards! Health to the turret. Army won't take another hit.
Serious trauma.
Ow.
Hostile engaged.
Armor's just weighing me down now. Engaging. Oh no.
Oh, that guy's in trouble. I don't know. This build's kind of is okay. It's a little bit low on the skill. What am I setting at? 1601. You really need to have like 2,800 if you want to be able to use any mod. And this is supposed to be a skill-based gear set, so. You know, maybe it's just because I don't have the best rolls on them, on the pieces that I have. Let's see. A little bit of everything, really. I don't play a lot of the sports games. This isn't gonna be good.
Medical assistance needed.
Ooh, pulled that one out. Not sure how.
Everyone's got spare armor.
Agent killed.
They got behind me. How about you? What games do you play? I'm assuming you play some games.
Eat this.
Oh, you like that?
There we go.
Go up the side and target the middle.
Borderlands, that's right. You did mention Borderlands before.
Where'd you come from?
Yeah, I'll probably pick up Borderlands 3 when it comes out. Although I'm a little apprehensive after I saw one of the more recent news articles saying that they had to push back the release of Borderlands 3 because of lack of content.
The enemy down. Trying to fix my turret. Grenade, get out of there. Help!
Serious trauma detected.
Come on. Work out.
You got a casualty. Fuck. Healing.
How do you like Conan? Conan Exiles, I'm assuming.
Mag chain.
Covering. This rig's almost had it. Not so smart now.
Have you played Monster Hunter before? I tried out Monster Hunter World last year in the beta, but I don't know, I had never played before, so it might have just been a case of not being able to you know, actualize the difference between the way that it works and the way I think it should work. Yeah, I played Conan the Exiles a little bit, but I mean, it's really a long-term kind of game. I kind of feel like I'm waiting for a good game to show up. Because Division 2 is fun, and of course, no matter what game you're playing, if you're playing with someone else, I think you can potentially have a lot more fun playing if you're just talking to someone as opposed to just playing, because eventually you're going to run out of things to do and it gets repetitive.
You're screwed. Let's try and do this quick.
Oh man. Cooldown for both my skills. Thank you. Nope. There we go. Oh, yeah, I have a little bit of ammo. Not a whole lot.
This one's mine.
So one of the first big games that I had started playing when I got a PS4 was Destiny, and it was pretty cool. But I had a couple buddies that I played with, and then I met some new people while I was playing, and it got to be more of a social thing because there was, well, there was more than one area where it was just they hit a dry patch where there just wasn't a whole lot of content.
Damn you!
So during those droughts of content, we would kind of just do the same old, and we would talk and complain about the lack of content or whatever happened to be going on.
Not hold back!
Hey, people start at different places, but it doesn't mean that you end up in different places. The people that I started with, a lot of them have moved on to something else from the Destiny days, and
Mechanical components detected.
Agent,
oh, I didn't want to pick that up. Oh well. You know, I enjoyed it, but you know, I think they've made some bad decisions and some good decisions, and more bad than good, I think. So you got a lot of people that are just forest. When did the forest come out? Oh, that hurt. Oop.
Gotta kill this fucker! That's right. Move it! I want you back.
Yeah, I was thinking that it was, well, at least more recent.
Throwing a frag.
Get out of it, Agent! Man's gonna blow!
Where's that guy? There he is.
Agent, you're going down!
Immediate medical assistance needed.
There we go. Alright, Miss Tay. Well, hopefully you get better with your headache. Whether it's related to school or migraine or what have you. Am I full? No.
Setting a recovery team. Link up with them and you'll be done there.
Components identified. Suggested use. Missile construction.
They must be using a cable from the museum's collection. If they can rig it with a warhead and some means of propulsion, they wouldn't even need a guidance system to hit the White House or a settlement.
Kinda goes without saying, but if you see any missiles lying around, make sure they can never, ever be used.
Target located. He's in cover. Stay together. Hell!
Nice. Thanks. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Oh, come on. Network issues. We'll have video up in here in just a second. Michael, what's going on?
Database patch indicates designation LM.
I'm running the Air and Space Museum on challenge. It's the
Any means necessary.
daily, but I'm also trying to try out this hardwired gear set. 3/4.
Get him. You're behind cover. Shut him down. I ain't afraid of you.
Another agent has joined.
Soldier down.
Vital signs critical.
Oh,
Agent incapacitated.
Can't do it.
so you're gonna be on for the raid tomorrow? You aren't planning on it? Mm-hmm. He's not going to be available until Friday, he said. And I don't know if you had heard, but they're not having matchmaking for the raid. I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Help me.
Uh-huh. He's coming on the left. Yeah, he's running around like he owns the place. Man, he is running around.
Damn it.
Wow.
Put me out!
Oh, there's more guys that came in.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Oh, what the heck? Around the corner. There's a guy on the right. Oh, he's right on top of you.
Agent vital signs 0.
Yeah. There you go, you got it. I'll keep, yeah, just, yeah, take cover and you should be able to get me from there. Those guys keep respawning until you take the guy out. So if you can avoid killing the ads. Yeah, not running anywhere. There we go. Now we just gotta clean up.
Sun's munitions factory is out of action and they lost a big stockpile of ordnance.
There we go.
Throwing the fact that the settlements can scavenge those workbenches and tools.
So, I don't know. I'm not super crazy about this. It goes for 2 minutes and you gotta look at it. Well, if you go to it, there is an option to close and dismiss if you hold the triangle. And that gets rid of it. So if you don't want to look at it for 2 minutes, you can do that. Alright, let's look at my stats here. %.